All right, 44 minutes after my phone. Obviously, right. So Peter Jackson, he'll be helping me with all me and VJ, all with the main stuff. So. The only thing he doesn't have to help us with is a contract with Amazon. Obviously, me and VJ can make the call for that. But like, Peter Jackson's gonna help me rent all the 10 IMAX cameras, 10 film. I don't want digital. I want film IMAX cameras. That way you get the natural for like Lord from the original Lord of the Rings. And I'm gonna update all my IMAX cameras for the lenses and the speakers because you can update the cameras, update all the cameras. That way you get top notch quality, obviously. And I'm also gonna lease the top notch equipment for the cameras. The gliders, the drones, the best drones in the business, the film industry. Lease the best what? Rent the best equipment. Hence why Scotch is the best brand in the entertainment business. Yo, Ivan, you gave me such because Lord of the Rings they gave Peter Jackson a fuck you budget, man. Okay, Peter, fuck you. I'm gonna give you $9 million for Lord of the Rings. As Peter Jackson had to what? He had to really be careful on all these scenes. Whereas for Xanus, Ivan gave me an unlimited budget. I can pretty much do whatever I want. Yeah, man. 60,000 extras, line up for the war. $390 million going towards the computer technology of CGI for the blue screen and green screen, something unheard of. Yeah, top-notch sets. I'm gonna have a good like $30 million budget for the sets. Build like 2 acres of Xanus, 0.5 acres of Cyrus. Something crazy, man. Something huge. Yeah. The set building, I'll have my 17 Michaela. I'll have my 17 make calls for the equipment to buy all the stuff for the sets. We're also gonna have buy all the stuff for the sets and stuff. But like Peter Jackson's gonna help me with the main stuff. So the IMAX cameras, the hotel party and red carpet, the food, the kitchen equipment, the machining for the mask, the equipment for the cameras, and the equipment for the clothing for the main actors. Because I want the clothing designers to custom make all the clothing for all the actors in my movie, the minor ones and the major ones. And the extras you just rent. You call a top notch company. You rent you buy it or rent it. The actors can keep the costume. You either buy it or rent the costumes. Again, the costumes and weapons are going to cost like 30 million plus, man. And then Weta Workshop will be responsible for creating the armor and they'll be responsible for creating the weapons for the actors, as well as the armor for the actors, obviously, as well as some armor and weapons for the extras too. I'm gonna ask them if they can pull off 25,000 Wolf armor and 50,000 Zane armor and weapons. If they can pull it off, great. But if not, you just rent it, obviously. Right? Okay, Peter. You know what I'm saying? We need to feed our crew. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to make calls. Okay, Ivan, Ivan, he helps you out and you call the top-notch farms. Call a farm, to make it easier, call a farm in Switzerland. Call a top-notch farm company in Switzerland and you buy, you buy all the amazing food. You lease the Coke vending machine, like 7-Up, Sprite, Mountain Dew. I'll have Sprite, Orange Crush, Coke, and 7-Up for the 4 drinks. You have water. You call a top notch company. You lease the vending machines for the drinks. You know what I'm saying? The milkshake machine. You lease a top notch milkshake machine. You buy all the eggs, bacon from the farms, the dough, all that stuff for the desserts, the pancakes, everything. Everything made from scratch, man. The meat, the beef for the for the sliders, right? Cheese, sauce, all that stuff. You custom make thin crust pizza. And I'm saying, yeah, okay, Peter. I want to feed my crew. I want to feed the actors and crewmen. We need to feed the crewmen and actors with luxury buffet. Okay, Ivan. He helps me make all those calls, obviously. What I'll do, I'll have the head chefs give me and VJ and Peter Jackson all the ingredients, and then we call the farms and we make all the calls. We make all the calls we buy the best, the top high end food, man. The crew and actors are gonna get spoiled with luxury buffet, hamburger sliders, ribs, all you can eat ribs, wings. You have your thin crust pizza with garlic sauce, something top notch. You have your fried rice, your teriyaki meats. You have a huge salad bar. You have your chicken balls. You can even have chicken balls. Yeah, man, something top notch. You have a top notch breakfast: eggs, bacon, sausages, pancakes, French toast. You can even have them make strudels. You know strudels? Have them make strudels, pancakes, donuts. That's enough. Have a top-notch breakfast. All you can drink: French vanilla, coffee, tea, water, orange juice, punch juice. Yeah, man, fruit juice. Yeah, something top-notch. That's why you're going to see how much harder these crewmen are going to work for my movie. compared to other movies. You're gonna see the crewmen working really, really hard in my movie. Yeah, it's so hard. When they go back to Hollywood, the producers are like, "Hey, how come you didn't work as hard in my movies? Because you didn't pay them as much money because they can't afford to pay that money, and you didn't spoil them with a luxurious buffet like Ivan. Ivan spoiled them with luxury buffet, whereas Hollywood they gave them cheaper food." Pretty good food, like meat, potatoes, and pasta and all stuff. But Ivan spoiled them with a luxury buffet with hamburgers, sliders, pizza, all you can eat pizza, all you can eat burgers, all you can eat fried rice with teriyaki. Imagine teriyaki meats. You know those nice sweet meats, spicy meats? Imagine that with your rice and your salad and your ribs. It doesn't be top notch. Ivan spoiled them, yeah. He spoiled them. I don't want my menu to be too big. Keep it small, that way you don't waste as much food. Don't have the menu be too big, otherwise you're gonna waste a lot of food. Okay, Peter, I don't want the menu to be too big. Serve a good like 8 things, and that's enough. So pizza, hamburger sliders, ribs, barbecue ribs, wings, teriyaki meats. Like you can have like 6, I don't know, like 6 options of teriyaki meats, and you have a couple options of fried rice, obviously, and you have a huge salad bar. And you have chicken balls with your rice, and that's enough. And you have a huge salad bar. It's enough. That way you don't waste food. If you keep your menu small, you won't waste as much food. But barely the food will be going to waste. I told you, me, Peter Jackson, VJ, and the actors and crew are going to demolish that menu, man. Because when you're filming for 9 months, you're going to be hungry. Hence, when you get served food like that, you're going to demolish the menu. And everyone's going to have like 2-3 plates on average, man. The crewmen and actors are going to demolish that menu. They're going to demolish the Coke machine, the milkshake machine. They're going to demolish the dessert. They're going to demolish it. The apple crisp, cheesecake. The crew and actors are going to demolish that, man. They're going to demolish it. Yeah, man. And you guys are going to see us and talk. We also have to lease the best kitchen equipment, too. The best kitchen. MasterChef, the top high-end luxury kitchen equipment? I'm going to lease top high-end equipment like that for my company, man. For my Skystars company. Like top high-end, nice plates. Those nice luxurious plates. You know what I'm saying? The dishwashers are going to wash a bunch of dishes, man. That's going to be crazy. You could have plastic plates. It's cheaper, but I want to keep my company professional. You can lease real plates. Have them have real plates, nice glass plates, all that stuff. As well as the crewmen and all the actors get beers once a week, 3 beers once a week. So during the 9 months of production, the actors get 3 beers once a week. During their 3 beers once a week, obviously, which is nice, obviously, because the actors are getting spoiled. Yeah. That's why Skystars is better than Hollywood, man. It is better than Hollywood. As Hollywood doesn't lease Hollywood, they what? They lease some shitty trailer and they cook food in this shitty trailer. Whereas me, I'm actually leasing like top-notch kitchen equipment for the chefs to cook the food and all stuff. And it's Eric Chong, who he's hard. He's gonna be hard at work every day cooking. Because you're looking at 1,500 people, man. That's a lot of people. He's gonna be hard at work cooking food every day. Because he's the boss, he won't have to do as much work, obviously. All he'll have to do is just command the kitchen and cook the food. Whereas all the other chefs, he's going to be telling them to prep the food and all that stuff. Because the head chefs don't have to prep the food because they're the boss. Look, man, you're the boss. You're the boss of the whole kitchen, man. You're the boss. The head chefs are going to be looking to you. You're going to tell them what to do. You have to tell them what to do. He gets his nice $400,000 salary, and he also gets his all my main people. They get their what? The retirement package. The head chefs, I'll give them $200,000 for retirement package, which is nice, obviously. Nice retirement package, obviously. Right? And you guys see the future. You already know how top-notch with Skystars company me and VJ are going to own. Man. We're going to have a top-notch office. Even Peter Jackson will be, wow, holy shit, Ivan, you have a nice office, man. Automatic door, luxury, top-notch quality studio office. I'm gonna buy nice, luxurious couches for the foyer. So the secretaries will be working on the bottom floor with their open desk office. You're going to see the Skystars Entertainment sign. And then they're going to have an elevator that takes you up to the second floor. And the second floor is where all the bigger bosses work. So me and VJ will be working there, and the other 5 will be working in their own offices, obviously. We have a boardroom, too. We have a nice boardroom. The boardroom will be where we eat lunch and where we do the board meetings, as well as sign all the contracts. The actor's going to sign contracts in my luxury boardroom. That's something top notch. The doctor will be filming, but that's something top notch. So that's the duty. So Peter Jackson will help me and VJ with the main calls, obviously. The main calls. consult with the 7 team and co-write the script with me and do the concept arts with me every day the first year, obviously. Right, so it's pretty slack work, obviously. Working on a script will be a lot of work. Working on a script is a lot of work, but everything else is pretty slack. Like, help me out with the main business cards, the main stuff is pretty slack. And doing the concept arts is slack. You just tell John Howard and your ideas, and they draw and they hang the pictures on the board. Slack work, obviously. And the documents film is, so we're having a blast, obviously. And every day when he goes to his hotel, he has to take his directing notes. I'm gonna tell him, look, man, even though you're the boss of my movie, me and Vijay are the boss over you. I'm giving you power. You have full power, Peter. You're the boss of the movie, but look, man, every time when you go to your hotel, please listen to me. I don't want you winging it like you did for The Hobbit. Otherwise, I'll be very, very pissed off. I want you to be very prepared, very well prepared when production starts. I need you taking your directing notes with your assistant director every day when you go to the hotel room, and then you have the rest of the day off. Go to the bar downstairs. You want to go to the bar downstairs in the hotel, go see a movie on theaters, you can do that. Just take your directing notes first, and you're free for the rest of the day. Just slack, obviously. And I also give my 7 team and Peter Jackson all them weekends off. They get weekends off. We work 5 times a day, and we give them weekends off. That way they're not stressed out, obviously. Okay, I'll give you guys weekends off. That way you can spend time with your family. Obviously. Right? Spend time with your family, obviously. The only time the 7 teams do not get weekends off is the 3rd year and 4th year. As production starts, we'll be filming every day, 7 days a week. As well as the crewmen are going to have to work 7 days a week the 3rd year too to get to build all those sets, obviously. They don't get a break, obviously. Whereas the first 2 years, the 7 team get their weekends off because they'll be working in the office. But the 3rd year, they don't get their weekends off. They're going to have to work 7 days a week. If you want to get everything accomplished, you can't afford to slack off and take any days off. You have to be working every 7 days a week. And the crew will work hard for me because I paid them $150,000, and I spoiled them with a nice luxurious buffet, and I gave them once a month parties too. And the doc team will be filming the crew, and the crew will be having a blast too. Doc team's filming all sections. I'm gonna tell the doc, hey, look, man, I want you filming every section of the crewman when the crewman's preparing his listen. Film every section. The chef's cooking the food. You're going to see the nice luxurious food they're making, obviously, the nice kitchen equipment, the makeup artists, the costume designers, the construction crew building the sets, the cinematographers preparing the camera equipment, all that. Film all that, obviously. The special effects team preparing the special effects equipment in Vancouver. Because the special effects team will not be in Switzerland. They're going to be in Vancouver in the other building, preparing all the special effects equipment. Yeah, you have to film that. I want you filming all that, preparing all that, you know what I'm saying? All the designers, all the assistants, you know what I'm saying? The people who maintain the waste, the washrooms and waste, the portable showers. Film those guys, yeah, man. The dishwashers washing the dishes. Interview those guys too, yeah. Interview every section of the crewmen, obviously. Right? The 7 team overseeing everything, making sure everything came in. Peter Jackson helping them out. 3rd year, yeah. Film all that, obviously. Right? So 2nd year, Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson, right? I'll have them stay in the hotel for 1 month and meet all the actors with me and Vijay. Help me and Vijay sign the contracts and meet all the actors, obviously. Meet all the minor actors and major actors from my movie, obviously. And they're going to be a part of they're going to be a part of what to take. Peter Jackson will be a part of the takeouts the first year with all the people I'm signing. So people overseeing the extras, obviously. The people overseeing the extras, all the designs and all of them. Peter Jackson will be partying up with me, with all those guys, obviously, in my yacht and my condo the first year. He'll be part of the takeouts, as well as John Howard and Alan, all of them, right? And the 2nd year, he'll be a part of the takeouts with the actors. And he'll be a part of the parties in my condo and the lounge, all that stuff, yeah. And once he met all the actors, I'll send Peter Jackson, okay, Peter, I don't need you anymore for this year. Go home, spend time with your family. He's going to want to stay because he doesn't want to be left behind. Look, man, go home, spend time with your family. All I ask is that you go over your directing notes and where you're prepped. And then 3rd year, he'll be flown to Switzerland with all the crewmen. And they're going to begin prepping in Switzerland, building all the sets. You have the studio sets, right, that are indoors for the studio sets. And you also have the sets that are built outside on location, obviously. So they're going to build sets on location as well as in the studio, obviously. And Peter Jackson will be overseeing all that with the 7 team. And I'll hire one producer who worked on Lord of the Rings to help him out. Hire that Gary. What's his name? He's the Gary guy, whatever his name is, who worked on Lord of the Rings. Hire him, the guy with the glasses. Remember that guy with the glasses in Lord of the Rings? Hire him to help Peter Jackson. To be, you can have him be your assistant producer. I only need one because I have a 7 team. I only need one. I don't need to hire like 3 extra because you're just wasting money. Hire one producer to help Peter Jackson out. Because even though I'm hiring the Lord of the Rings crew, and I'm only hiring like 1,500 of them, I'm not hiring the whole 2,000. No, I can't afford to pay them that. Pay them 150K. 1,500 crewmen is more than enough as long as you give them time to prepare. Obviously, hire that guy with the glasses. You guys can see who helped Peter Jackson produce Lord of the Rings. Hire him. Pay him a nice $400,000 to help Peter Jackson oversee everything. Help the 7 team handle all the business the 3rd year and 4th year. Pay him a nice $400,000 to help your 7 team and Peter Jackson oversee everything in Switzerland, obviously. So Peter Jackson won't be doing much work. He'll just be helping out the 7 team, making sure everything came in, all the equipment for the sets, and making sure all the food came in, the food, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The blue screen, the green screen, you need to make sure all the stuff came in. Yeah, the IMAX cameras. Making sure all the IMAX cameras came in, all that stuff. The equipment for the cameras. He'll be helping out the 7 team with all that, obviously. The supervisors will supervise their own section. With Peter Jackson, the 7 team, and the one assistant producer, they're going to oversee all the business. That way, Peter Jackson, the 7 team, are not stressed out. Have people help them out, obviously. Same time, I also want Peter Jackson going over his directing notes the 3rd year, too. Go over it every day, man. That way you're prepped, man. I don't want you winging it for Zanus. I'm not kidding around. If you wing it for Zanus, I'll be very pissed off. I want you to be very well prepped with your assistant director and 2 supervisors. That way you get an amazing movie. See what I'm saying here? And the doctor will be filming all the pre-production the 3rd year, as well as production the 4th year, as well as post-production in Vancouver the 4th year. The 5th year, sorry. 5th year. And post-production will probably take a good 6 months for my movie, obviously. Because it's released because it's released directly on 4K Blu-ray, it won't take as long, obviously. As in Hollywood, when they do post-production, they have to send the file to all the theater chain companies around the world, which takes a long time, obviously. Whereas for my movie, I'm releasing it directly on 4K Blu-ray. All we have to do is just send Amazon the file, and Amazon just burns it onto the 4K Blu-ray discs. You send Amazon the pictures for your 4K Blu-ray case covers, and you send Amazon the file, and they burn it onto the 4K Blu-ray discs, and your file is ready to release your file is ready to be released for the world to buy, obviously. And because it's on 4K Blu-ray, SkySys will be the best brand in business. And there's no technology better than 4K Blu-ray for movies right now. 4K Blu-ray is the best technology for movies right now. It's better than what you're getting in the theaters, because the theaters is 1080p, whereas 4K Blu-ray is not 1080p. 4K Blu-ray is better than 1080p. That's why I'm looking at something unheard of for Zanus, man. For all my movies, look at something unheard of technology. Yeah, because you're releasing it on 4K Blu-ray, you're looking at something top notch for a movie. Yeah, you're looking at something top notch. My documentary will be top notch. I'm leasing indie cameras. I'm leasing like $50,000 like independent movie cameras, man. $50,000 cameras a pop, man. Hire a good 15 cameramen. That's enough. I'll hire a good 15 cameramen for my doc crew, for my documentary crew. That's more than enough. Hire 15 cameramen to film the crewmen and the actors, obviously. That's something top notch. That's why you're looking at like an independent movie for my documentary. That's something top notch. I'm also gonna have special effects, slow motion. You can even put special effects for around the city of Vancouver to make it look more top notch. There's a good chance there's a good chance I'm gonna have a good 3.5 million left over my doc budget. That's why I paid the camera crewmen for the flights and feeding all stuff. All that $3 million is gonna. I mean, look, man. The rest of the $3 million, put special effects. I'm gonna tell the editor, hey, put special effects in the documentary to make it look more top notch, like a movie. And they put special effects in my documentary. Yeah, my documentary will be like an independent movie, pretty much, because I'm gonna put special effects in the documentary, all that stuff, slow motion. You know what I'm saying? Even special effects around the city of Vancouver, Los Angeles, all that stuff. Something top notch, like a movie, man. There's something crazy. You're looking at a revolution of technology for my documentary and a revolution of technology for my movie. It looks something top notch. Something crazy, man. Yeah, man. Yep. So 2nd year, the actors are going to be flown in. My stars, obviously. So John Boyega, right? Ivan Joje, Idris Elba. Idris Elba, even though he's a minor character, he's also a star because the story starts off with Tactius the First. Like a good, like, I don't know, 45 minutes of the movie will be about the life of Tactius the First, obviously, and you don't see him until Volume 3. And Tactius the First is a major part of the plot. Hence why I'm paying that actor the most, because Tactius the First is a major part of the plot, man. He's like the key to the plot. Hence why I'm paying him a bit more. Even though he's more of a minor character, you know, because I'm gonna pay him a nice like 11.5, 12 million for the I'll pay him even 12 million. Pay him a nice 12 million for the role, obviously. So Idris Elba, John Boyega, you guys know who you are, obviously. You can see the future, obviously. Ivan Joje, Danielle Minette, Ariana Grande, obviously. Don Cheadle, Andy Serkis, obviously. The actor for Queen Sarah, Don Cheadle. Those actors are going to be flown in, my stars, obviously. They're going to be flown in the second year on my private jet, obviously. I'm going to tell them, look, I'm going to tell Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, look, man, towards the end of the first year, I'm going to tell Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to start printing, if they're hired, obviously, or J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson, whoever's hired. I'm going to tell them to start printing all the scripts. Hey, look, man, go print out all the scripts, all the 35, 40 scripts. I want you printing it all. All the 600-page scripts, I want you printing out 40 of those. A lot of work, man. I don't pay you a fat bonus for nothing. I'm gonna put you to fucking work, man. If you think I'm gonna pay, if you think I'm gonna pay you a lot of money and have you slack off, you got another thing coming, man. I pay you a big bonus. I expect you to work hard, and they will work hard for me because I pay them a lot of money and I save their ass, and I'm spoiling them too. I'm fucking spoiling them too. Yeah, they're part of the takeouts, all that stuff. I saved your ass. I'm paying a lot of money. I expect you to work hard, obviously. And when the actors, every time the pilot is ready, is taken off to pick up the actors, I want you putting all the scripts. Put the scripts in like an envelope and put the sacred scripts, obviously, because it's a sacred script. Put the sacred scripts in an envelope and put it on the seats, on all the seats in the plane. Then when the actors arrive, I'm gonna have my secretaries tell their agents, tell the actors to leave their scripts on a plane when they meet Ivan in the office. That way when they part out my car and they're drunk, they don't forget. Obviously, I never ever give them online scripts. That shit can get leaked. Obviously, give them a hard copy of the script. Obviously, that way it doesn't get leaked. Obviously, and you don't want your Zayn script getting leaked. Obviously, so second year the actors are flown to my office, my stars, obviously, as well as the minor characters. Obviously. So the actor for Baramis and Lithius, those actors are not really my stars. They're pretty major, but they won't be featured on me in the ad shoots, obviously. Because those actors, I'll pay like $650,000 for the role. $680,000 for the role around there. Which is pretty nice, pretty good, obviously. Whereas the minor ones, I'll pay like $350K, $250K, $150K, $400K, you know what I'm saying? Pay them a decent salary, that way they work hard for you, obviously. Whereas the major characters who are in a lot of scenes, obviously, my stars, those actors are going to be flown in first, obviously. So I'm going to fly in the major characters first, and then I'll fly in the minor characters. And after that, I fly in the cinematographers and the special effects people, obviously. So cinematographers, I'll fly in those guys after the actors, and I'll fly in the special effects people. And then you fly in the rest of the crew, because those guys are important. You got to fly those guys in first. So the special effects people, the assistants who work in Lord of the Rings, fly all those guys in for your movie, obviously. You fly in the main, like, 3-5 people, obviously, and you fly in the cinematographers, the assistants and the main ones, after the actors. And those guys you party up in a lounge. They don't party up in my condo, because they're not my main people, obviously. The actors are your stars. That's why you have to party it up in your condo, obviously. So they come to my office, they get flown to Vancouver. A limo driver takes them to my nice office. You guys already know what I'm talking about. You're looking at a nice office I'm going to own, obviously. And then you what? After you do that, they come into the office, the psychologist will... I don't know. Do I have to... I don't know. Do I have to hire a psychologist? I don't know. I might not have to. But Eretet's fucking scary, man. You're looking at something horrific. I'll hire a psychologist. You have to hire a psychologist just in case. The actors are going to get interviewed by a psychologist. And then after that, they're going to sit down on the couch. The one by one, the actors are going to come into the boardroom. And me, VJ, Peter Jackson, or Mel Gibson, obviously, the nutritionist and trainer and the accountant and legal advisor are going to be in the boardroom. The actors are going to negotiate their contract, obviously. And they're all going to agree how much I'm willing to pay them, obviously. You're gonna sign that big ass contract, obviously. Okay, you get your $8 million. Okay, John Boyega, you get your $8 million for the movie. Obviously, I'm not going any higher than that for him. If his agent wants more money, I'm not paying him more than $8 million. That's good enough, man. $8 million is good enough. You get your $8 million, and you get your $250K for the poster sales. You get your $250K for the re-release, and you get your money for your career for the commercial ads, for the 6 commercial ads. $60,000 for the 6 commercial ads, which is a nice deal, obviously. And you get your perks. You get your sponsor with your clothing, obviously for the ad shoot. You get your $300 gas card, and you get your sponsor for the training wear. The training wear for the ad shoots, all that stuff. Staying in a hotel, your buffet, you get your luxury buffet, all that stuff. No, all agree to that deal. That's good enough. Their agents want more money. I'm not giving them any more money. That's good enough, man. Obviously. Andy Serkis, I'm saying, you sign him, I'm saying. I want to pay him $6.6 to $7 million for the role of Job. And he also gets his $250K for the postal sales, $250K for the release, and he gets his $60,000 for the commercial. For the ad commercial on my website, obviously. And so they're all going to agree that, yeah, Ivan, even though you're greedy, man, you're paying a lot of money. Yes, I'm paying a lot of money, as most of you guys don't even make this in Hollywood. As most A-list actors get like $3 million per movie in Hollywood. And so I'm paying you a lot of money. Actors agree, and they want more money. I'm not paying more money. This is good enough. If you don't like it, go back to Hollywood, go back to Medina, say you don't like my offer, obviously. DJ Mohansu. Cassius is like the most major out of everyone. Cassius is a really, really major character. That's why I'm paying DJ Mohansu a nice $10.5 million for the role. I can even pay him a bit more. I can pay him like 10.8, 10.9, 10. I'm not going to pay him 11. I'll pay him like 10.8 million for the role around there. 10.7, 10.8 million for the role. He gets his $250 million royalty check for the poster sales. He gets his $250,000 re-release, and he gets his $60,000 for the commercial ads on my website, which is nice, obviously. All the major characters are going to get their $60,000 for being featured on the commercial ad for the doc trailers and movie trailers. So every time you want to watch a trailer, you're going to get this ad, this Sky Source advertisement ad, and the actors are going to do this ad for your what? Ad for your website. Listen, top notch. I'll put $200K towards the commercial ads. That way you get like for $20,000 you can do a good commercial. A good, nice commercial. You have like a green screen, the actors do this nice commercial for your company, yeah. Me and Vijay don't have to be featured in a commercial. We don't have to be featured, but I'll have the actors featured in a commercial the second, third, and fourth year. Peter Jackson will have me featured the first year and the fourth year, something like that. Once the first year and once the fourth year. You pay Peter Jackson like $30K for per commercial. He'll get like $60K too, which is nice, obviously. Considering he's your directing executive producer, you can have him be in a commercial for your website. That's why these actors are gonna beg the rest of you. Oh, Ivan, I had a fun time being featured on your ad, doing your ad commercials. I had a fun time being featured on your ad shoots on your website, the billboard. You know what I'm saying? I had an amazing time being featured on your doc trailers, your movie trailers, the world tour. Yeah, man, this has been crazy, man. And once the actors sign those big ass contracts, the doc will be filming on this. Don't forget that, man. Once the actors sign that big ass contract, a limo driver will pull up. I'll have a good 2 limo drivers pull up, 2 limo services pull up in my what? Pull up in my property, obviously, and they're gonna pick me, my wife, and the actors up, as well as Peter Jackson will be coming with me, obviously. Pick me and Vijay and Peter Jackson and all of them, and the 17. Because the 17 are guaranteed going to be a part of all the takeouts, because they don't want to be left behind. So they'll pick up me, the 17. So John Favreau and Dave Filoni, they're going to be in limo with me, obviously, and the actors, and they take us to the Boston Pizza restaurant. And then we eat at the Boston Pizza for a good 2 hours. So the limo driver will pick us up around 5 o'clock. We chill in the restaurant for a good 2 hours. We eat a nice meal. Boston Pizza has amazing food, man. They have nice burgers and fries, ribs. They have spaghetti and meatballs. They have nice pizza, nice salad. They have nice cheesecake, nice chocolate cake dessert. Yeah, man. Apple pie dessert. Yeah, they have good food, man. Avon Jose knows what I'm talking about. He's probably been to Boston Pizza. He's Canadian, so he knows Boston Pizza. Boston Pizza has amazing food, man. Amazing fucking food. And I'm gonna have my 7 team talk to the managers of Boston Pizza. Hey, we're gonna do takeouts here like every day for a good 7 months. Is it okay if the docking films us? Yeah, it's okay if the docking films us. Because I want the docking filming the takeouts too. The nice takeouts, yeah. And after we eat our nice dinner, after me and VJ and Peter Jackson, we took the stars out to a nice dinner. The limo driver will take me and them to me and VJ's nice $150 million rooftop condo, and they get to party it up for like 5 hours at the condo, man, till like 12 o'clock. Party it up from 7 to 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, you send the actors home. You have a limo service take them. A limo driver will take Peter Jackson 17 to their house in the hotel, whatever it is, and then you're gonna have a limo driver take the actors to the jet. And then I'll have Vaughn Jordan lives in Vancouver, so I'll have a limo driver take him to his house, obviously. And the other actors, a limo driver will take them to the jet and they can sleep it off in the jet. It's cheaper. Instead of having them stay in a hotel, you're wasting money. Have them sleep it off in the jet if they're drunk. I'm gonna have nice, comfy seats where they can sit down and like have sleep it off in the jet. Obviously, that way they appreciate you more. Obviously, and that's the beginning of the actor's journey. And they're gonna experience crazy fame with the Vancouver fans. That's something crazy. The moment I sign them, you're looking at crazy fame for the fans of Vancouver, man. Oh my God, you're gonna be the stars of the movie, you know what I'm saying? Last of Us movie. Oh my God, Peter Jackson, you're directing IDVJ's movie, you know what I'm saying? That's something crazy. Yeah, I'm directing his movie, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be famous. You're gonna see those pictures trending. And that's why these actors are gonna beg, because they're fucking living a life, man. They're feeling on top of the world, living a life. They're fucking famous movie stars, yeah. Let's come off here.